of the morning, you 1.2 million patriots and subscribers and about 12 U.S. congressmen that watch these videos but can't say nothing about it. I hope these make you laugh and, most importantly, feel more American. First off, I got one of these right here. They've been some of our biggest sellers we've ever had on this channel right here. It's called the Refuge Ghost Sleeve. I've carried one with me for about a year now. They block out 5G signals, and they're the only Faraday sleeve that actually blocks out sound too. Look, since big tech can get into your microphone and your camera and your location anytime they want, if that ain't bad enough, the tracking apps are getting out of control and they could be putting you and your family at risk. But you slip your phone into one of these, you completely go ghost. It's made out of this awesome buffalo leather right here. Go to refugeprivacy.com, use code BUDDY to get 10% off your order, refugeprivacy.com, and I will put the link below. Here's the question on the table that a lot of us have been asking, especially in the past couple weeks. Will Pete Hegseth survive as Defense Secretary? As y'all know, he's been getting hammered more and more by stuff that may or may not have ever happened back in the day, way before social media. And thank God that most of us on this channel watching never had to deal with social media back in high school. I mean, he is 1 year older than me, Pete Hegseth is, and I can't even imagine if there was Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all this kind of stuff when I was back in high school. That's why me and my boys have almost 0 pictures together, because 90% of our memories are either secrets or felonies. You know, y'all ain't gonna lie, it's the same situation with you. So Pete's gotta be careful in who he trusts in his inner circle. Y'all know what I'm saying? Because I always say that loyalty is the most valuable currency in my life, but liability is a close second. Now, there's a buddy of mine I love to death. We've been friends for many years, but years back he put me in what we could call a very bad situation. It was all on him, his fault. He owned up to it. But we're sitting on the back porch and we're smoking cigars and we're having like this Folgers moment between dudes, and he looks over and he goes, "I would take a bullet for you, man." And I'm like, "That's great, brother, but you're the reason we're getting shot at." You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way and the best way I can describe some of the stuff that's happening to Pete Hegseth right now. Whether you like Pete or not, he's the biggest punching bag in Trump's cabinet, bar none, right? It's like, come on, boys, we got the snowball rolling. Let's just keep on rolling. Don't matter if it's true. Let's just keep on rolling that snowball until it gets big enough to where we can actually change something or cause some chaos. But why the special hatred? Well, there's a couple things. The biggest one being that they want him out because he's loyal to Trump. That's obviously a big problem. They hate that. Also, I want y'all to remember, the Democrats hate Pete Hegseth for this one simple reason. He's not a warmonger. And he said he'll never put boots on the ground in Ukraine. Because the left, including George W. Bush, because I consider him on the left, has been a warmonger for so many years that when somebody says no, they don't even know what to do about it. I want y'all to remember this quote from Einstein when he said, "Older men start wars, but younger men fight them." And that's been true in America for way too long, y'all. But now you got Pete out here who's a young man, and he knows what it's like to be an infantry captain in Afghanistan and Iraq. Y'all imagine for a second a man that's just gotten out of like an abusive relationship, okay? With a crazy ex-girlfriend who was bipolar, and she tried to kill him in his sleep. And then she drained all his money in his bank account. She lit out of town and she took the dadgum dog with her. Some of you fellas are having PTSD right now just hearing this story because this was your life at some point. I'm sorry for that. But imagine going through all that. And then the man's best friend asks him, "Hey, do you know any good girls you can set me up with?" And he goes, "Yeah, my ex was fantastic. Maybe I think she'd be perfect for you, man." That's how insane it would actually be to think a guy like Hegseth would lead a bunch of troops unnecessarily into another war. He's already improved recruiting morale, right? He's already dumped DEI inside of our military. So a lot of the problem that people have with Pete is that he's actually doing the job that he was hired to do. I think it would look terrible for Trump to fire somebody in his position right at the 100-day mark. It doesn't look good on your presidency. It doesn't look good as far as control goes. So Pete's not gonna call it that metaphorical ex-girlfriend called war and say, "Absolutely, I think maybe I just did it wrong the last time. It'll be pleasant this time." Now, if she comes to the door at 3 o'clock in the morning with a shotgun, I guarantee you Pete's going to be ready, and that's what he's there for. But I think we're going to be all right with Pete if he can handle the personal attacks on a day-to-day basis long term. If he can do that, he's just fine. But it's good to remember that the women that hate Pete are all just angry feminists, and the men that hate Pete all have lower back tattoos. So I wouldn't worry about it. Y'all be good.